Today, two massive sides combine to play in the Champions League phase. And those two teams are Partizan and Anderlecht? Wait, all that hype for Anderlecht? Well, if you're unsure of why the hell we hate Anderlecht, it's because of this guy. He's back to managing them. Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for duty and welcome back to another episode of my Partizan save, and you are going to see Vincent Kompany's face. The man has managed Anderlecht in previous life and now he's back to manage them again a whopping 5 years later after a disappointing Burnley stint and an even more disappointing Lazio stint. So, he's back. He still looks kind of decent. He didn't learn how to be a good tactical coach yet, but at least he's good at working with the youngsters and he will make a good coach regardless. So there we go. We're taking him on. And the best part about Anderlecht is that these guys have single-handedly funded our club with, I think, like 40 million. Because as you remember, just this season they bought Andrei Borza for 26.5 million, and they've done something else as well. Last year, they bought Mihailo Ilic for 20 million, which I find that to be absolutely incredible. So with that in mind, we're going to be taking on Anderlecht today because I thought it'd be absolutely hilarious to play a derby in the Champions League. Those don't happen quite often for us. And the second game will be Borussia Dortmund. An exciting episode? Yeah, I think so. And just to catch you up on the 3 things that have happened since the last episode, well, we've played 3 games and we scored 4 goals in each one of them. So first of all, we beat Smederevo 4-0 with goals from Mujinata and Milovanovic, 2 doubles for them. The second game was against Dubocica, where we managed to beat them 4-0 with Stamenic, Vigieros and Milovanovic on the score sheet. And the final game was against Radnički, where we beat them 4-1 with goals from Matija Popovic, Laklandins and Marti freaking Nelly. I mean, the best part about all of these games was the fact that we tried to play a strikerless tactic, and it kind of works against smaller teams for now. I just need to try and make sure it works a little bit better against the better teams. Kind of tweaking, still almost there. Let's see what I can do. So with that in mind, we have this starting lineup for you guys, and we've made one change to the tactical shape, and that's putting Popovic as a complete forward on support, because apparently it does better than a deep flank forward on attack, because I've noticed in the past few games that he disappeared, mainly because he didn't really help here as in build-up play, and he didn't really help up front. He was just kind of floating in here, which was bad for him and also kind of bad for everyone else because we have lots of players in the midfield anyways. So he kind of was floating, and I've been told by a few very lovely viewers that a complete forward on support is actually a very good role. So I'm going to try that. We're going to be trying that for you guys today. So this is going to be the lineup. We're going to have Hudikov in goal, Milinkovic, Vitek and Foyth. Pretty much the same back 3 that we've had for ages. Barco, who's going to be a wingback on attack, not an inverted wingback. Martinelli, who is going to be an inverted wingback. Stamenic and Breinthart. Tim. Stamenic and Tim in the midfield. We're going to have Deans, Popovic and Mujinata up front. Update on Mujinata. We still don't have the Serbian nationality. He's waiting for some paperwork and hopefully someone draws them up soon because I need another player off the foreigner list. I want him to be Serbian, please, for love of God. So hopefully these boys can do what I've taught them how to do and get us a win against our most hated rival, Vincent Kompany. So welcome everyone to the greatest derby of our lives. We're taking on Vincent Kompany and whatever team he manages. We don't like him. And if you don't remember why we don't like him, it's because that one time he gave us Liverpool and that pissed me off in the knockout stages. In terms of if we recognize anyone from their side, I think we know Strakosha and we know Jovanovic, so they signed another Serbian mad lad. And I think he's either from Vojvodina or he's from Crvena Zvezda. So I'm not sure which of the 2 giants he's from, but hopefully he has an awful day. We look good. They look okay. They're missing a left back. We're missing a left back, which is hilarious. Hopefully we'll see what happens. Which team is it good that Borza joined? Would he have been better playing for Partizan or would he have been better playing for Anderlecht? And we have a kickoff highlight, which is actually a little bit scary, which could lead to a goal from either side or absolutely nothing. This is FM we're talking about here, as they are going to be running down the middle with Anderson. He finds himself in lots of space, finds Jovanovic, and talking about Lazar Jovanovic, he somehow scores in less than a minute, and we're hoping for an offside call from the referee. I don't know if it was. I really don't know. The hope that he was. The goal's been awarded. We're 1-0 down the first minute. What happened here? No one was marking. Stamenic did not get to there quick enough. No one stepped up to meet him. And Barco let him run through. And a finish from Jovanovic. 1-0 so soon. So they've had their one shot, one on target. Nothing else has happened since. And we're on the 8th minute. Quite early. We still have plenty of time to play out from the back and score. But, you know, what can happen here? As Deans finds himself in lots of space. Can he put in a nice shot? He waits for the shot. And it kind of looked like a cheeky little dink. Very not bad of a shot from Lachlan Deans. He dinked it over the keeper. He went to the right, shot it across his body. And Strakosha, who is now finding himself in Anderlecht, could not stop the goal. It's wild to me that Strakosha was such a good keeper in the Serie A, and then he went to the Premier League and kind of sucked. And he's now in Anderlecht, and I guess he's showing why. Beautiful goal from Deans. Strakosha could do nothing, and we've equalized again. There's only been 2 shots and 2 goals. I think the keepers don't exist today. We're playing it out from the back as Vitek finds himself on the ball, who has been performing much better since St. Juice has gone. I mean, it's kind of easy to perform well when you have a legend of Juan Foyth on the right with you. And an even better legend of Nikola Milinkovic. You know, we have a very good back three. And hopefully this year they can show us what they've got. As Barco is showing us how much pace he's got. Outpacing everyone. Puts a cross in as Tim rises to meet it. And a 190 centimeter man just misses the goal. I think he hit the post there. And not bad stuff. I mean, look at them. They have no possession. We have a very nice 69% possession. And yet, this doesn't mean anything when you're playing against a team like Anderlecht. They will most likely counter, as Stamenic tries to intercept, does not, as Hudikov gets to the ball. And that was wild. I don't know what was going to happen. That was a very good shot. It's very dangerous because the ball's bouncing across, the pitch. And that could have been a very dangerous chance. As Anderson, once again, putting a cross in. He's got 1 assist. Can he get another? Hopefully not. Ball bounces away. Leone, Hudikov should gather. Not bad. 31st minute. Man. So much has happened. We're playing it out straight away. I thought this was going to be the end of the highlight. It is. It is the end of the highlight. So we reach halftime, and I was absolutely right that Lazar Jovanovic has joined Anderlecht for 1.3 million after playing for Vojvodina. That's insane. That's peanuts. Apparently, he had a very good season last year. Shame that I couldn't sign him. He looks very, very good. And I'm kind of stupid. I should have picked him up, but I have so many wingers anyways, so maybe that wasn't the best choice. But like I said, we've reached halftime. We are performing better. We have more possession. We have more chances. And unfortunately, we don't have more goals. So we need to tell the boys that they can do a little bit better, and we need to push till the end, because this team is good. Changing Popovic to a complete forward has done absolutely nothing, but hopefully my inspiring team talk can get him to step it up a gear. And speaking about stepping it up a gear, it's the 73rd minute. Literally nothing happened. We have all the possession in the midfield, so it makes me think that we need to change something. And the first thing we're going to change is that we're going to go absolutely wide, going to get rid of work the ball into the box, and going to go pass into space, just to spread the play a little bit more instead of congesting. Popovic is going to come off. Instead, Vivieros is going to be leading the line. And I think what I'm also going to do is take off Mujinanta and put on Milovanovic on the right-hand side. Just give a bit more pace. Tim is a little bit tired, so Villagra is going to come on for him instead. Barco is not doing too good, so Antic is going to come on. Man, this guy came back from the 2nd division of Romania, and he's now playing in the Champions League. I mean, the man is a GOAT, and he's loved by the fans. And with that in mind, I think that pretty much covers all I wanted to do. We have Martinelli, who's not doing best at all, but I guess we don't have a substitution for now, and we have used our 4 subs. So hopefully this tactical change will create anything exciting, because otherwise, well, what's the point of playing FM? I mean, might as well do a demand more. Maybe that'll help. But Strakosha will launch the ball forward. We should collect it. Stamenic gets to it. Milovanovic hopefully will run away, lose his marker. We're committing players up front. Milovanovic is committing himself up front. Antic, who's a 55-year-old man. Agent 47, who's with a number 3. Oh no, he lost his number. Deans finds himself in lots of space, and that was the chance of the day. How did he miss this? But he scored that beautiful shot from outside the box. I can never tell you the answer to this question because he missed it. Can we get a win? We need to beat Anderlecht. We have bigger teams to play soon. So we need to smash them. As Villagra finds some lots of space, finds Lachlan Deans, who gets one over Strakosha, which is wild. Strakosha misjudged it badly, and Lachlan Deans made him pay twice. Not once, twice. And it's wild, because Deans is not known for his, massive height, and Strakosha is. But a beautiful cross by Villagra. It might have had some spin, and Srkosha might have been influenced by his own defender, but Deans made him pay. So with a few minutes left, let's make one final sub. And I think I'm going to take off, what's-his-face, Martinelli, and put Palacios on the right-hand side, switch him for Foyth, just to give us some fresh legs on the right-hand side and in the centre-back position. That way, we do a little bit better against massive counters. It's nice to see that Jovanovic has scored for them, but at the same time, it's nice to see that he scored for them and we're currently ahead and he didn't cost us. Because if we could have signed him and then we lost that would have been awful. As they have their own counter, as Sorensen gets stopped by Foyth. Let me just check if it's a key highlights. It is, as Martinelli, with his last play of the game, will find Milovanovic, who will find lots of space down the right-hand side. Can he put a cross in? He can. He finds Villagra instead. Can he get his second assist? Can he square it across? He can't. I don't even know what to say about that one. That was just, everyone was being tied up. Everyone got tied up there. It was not a good chance. And unfortunately, that is probably going to be the end of it. And at the same time, this is going to be a very good end to the game, as long as it doesn't, lead to a loss. Because if that does, I'll be pissed off. Villagra, again, uncomfortable that we are so close to the end of the game. And there's still a highlight. And we should be beating Anderlecht more comfortably than we are. As we launch the ball forward, Hudikov, Vivieros does win it. Milovanovic, can he run again at his left back? He can. Finds Vivieros, who is going to find himself some space. Finds it on the right-hand side. Deans is lurking in the middle. Villagra finds Milovanovic. Deans is still in the middle. Deans is still in the middle. Deans is still in the middle. He can score everything apart from the easy goals. Oh my god, what is going on? Right. So that's 2-1. We've beat Anderlecht. That is good. So I'm going to play some games off camera. And then we have a second game, but this time against Borussia Dortmund. And hopefully we play better, because we played okay, but we conceded early and we had to work hard at the end. We need to do better. And to give us a little bit of motivation and happiness before the game against Borussia Dortmund, we have two incredibly awesome news for you guys. First of all, Sufat Mojanta is now a Serbian citizen. 2 days ago, he's managed to get a Serbian passport, and that is absolutely incredible. This guy has finally lived here long enough that he can be a Serbian citizen. No, he can't play for the Serbian national team because he's declared for Thailand. Obviously, he's been playing a lot and scoring a lot for them in the past however many years. He looks good. And the second news is something you did not expect, because I didn't expect it either. A certain midfielder that surprised us last year has gotten his first cap for Brazil. So Estevao has indeed played his first game for the Brazilian national team. And looking at him here, I'm not surprised. This guy has been surprising us over the past few years and is now a member of the Brazilian national team. That is actually incredible. Obviously, most likely he came off the bench. As you can see here, he is in fact on the bench. And I think he's actually the youngest player in Brazil, which is fun. But unfortunately for him, this came in a game where Brazil has lost to Bolivia. What? That is okay. And even worse, actually, now that we're here, they lost 4-0 to Ecuador. So anyways, we are ready to take on Borussia Dortmund. And it's funny, we've played them twice. The first time we actually managed to beat them in the Champions League. And the second time, and that's a bit more recent, we lost 3-0 against them in a friendly. And Jerry Sanjus played. And Fatikanti played. And Belic played. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know of what happened. Now it's the next year. So we're going to see what happens in this game. And we will line up like this. It's going to be a pretty standard lineup. We're going to have Hudikov in goal, Milinkovic, Vitek and Foyth. Very settled back three. Barco and Martinelli as our wingbacks. Tim is going to be playing as a ball-playing midfielder, with Deans dropping down to deep-lying playmaker. Milovanovic, Popovic and Mojinata up front will be our target players to hopefully score some goals. We want to do a little bit better than we did against Anderlecht, because obviously, let's be honest here, we're not here to barely beat the small teams, we're here to smash them. And another piece of news that I forgot to mention is that Stamenic is sus. He's suspended for the game, and that's why he's not present today. And that's why the team is a bit rejigged. And even better news, actually, now that I'm looking at the squad, there's a lot of players wanted. There's a lot of players wanted. Everyone and their grandma is wanted. Yeah, this will be a very fun transfer window when we do reach it. I think literally every single player, apart from the players that we've brought in, are wanted. And no Hudikov, which is sad. Alrighty then, how does the Borussia Dortmund look right now? There is no Jadon Sancho, but there's still Ademi, there's still Malen, and there is still Sule and Kobel in goal, which, to be fair, a very nice looking side. We know that they're good. They know that they're good. But can we do better against them than we did against Anderlecht? Honestly, I think we should be able to. Judging by the fact that we do play better against these kind of teams than against the smaller teams, maybe this could be a good thing for us. Okay, this time not much excitement in the first 26 minutes, but the only downside is that Moyanta is injured. So with that in mind, we will put Barrios on, who's just come back from injury himself, and hopefully he can contribute a little bit because, 26 minutes down, nothing has happened. And I was going to say nothing continues to happen, and yet finally we get a highlight as Barrios retrieves the ball from Ademi, which seems to be a little bit over-exaggerated. I don't know why he was so keen to get it, but hey-ho, he leaned for it, and he lost it. So this kid is a little bit out of touch with what's happening, as Malin finds himself in lots of space, and he finds himself with a goal. But the issue is now, was there an offside? And I will say yes, because that looked a little bit offsidey to me. And the combo of Foyth, Vitek, and Milinkovic are beaten. But is it with an offside? It is with an offside, so we're not going to hold it against them. But let's see how close it was, because it looked kind of bad for me. But the angles were a little bit, we can't really tell actually, because, he wasn't even on the screen. But the lines are drawn, and fortunately, that is it. And that is also it for the first half. Not a very entertaining game. Both teams are kind of afraid to play. And looking at our players, they're not particularly impressing me. Obviously, with Barco, once again, not doing good. Tim kind of disappearing in the ball-winning midfielder role. So maybe we need to make some changes here. But first of all, let's tell the boys that we need them to kick it up a notch, because they do need to. We lost a very good player in Sufanat Moyinata, who's going to be celebrating his Serbian passport by being injured, which is not good. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Tim to a box-to-box midfielder. That way he can kind of run around a little bit more than, park the bus a little bit here. And I think nothing much is happening. I might switch Martinelli as a wingback on support, because I feel like he's not performing well recently. And there's nothing much I can do about Barco. I'm not ready to play Antic yet. Apart from anything else, it doesn't look too good for us, but it doesn't look good for them either. Okay, Ryerson finds himself on the ball. That's a very early chance early on in the second half. Can we put a stop to this, and can we counter ourselves? As Sully finds himself on the ball, he finds Pellegrino, who is playing as a left back or a center mid, as the Mecha finds him lots of space, and that's a shot. That was a beautiful volley. And fortunately for us, it hits the post. But that was a great chance. 4 minutes into the second half, we're already doing a little bit better than we did in the first half, because more exciting things have happened. Although, I'd rather be not as exciting as them hitting the post. I'd rather be us scoring a goal. And we can see if we can do this. As Martinelli finds himself on the right-hand side. Again, he's going to find Foyth. Beautiful 1-2. Deans tries to lob the keeper. And it hits the woodwork again. So in the first 4 to 5 minutes, 2 woodworks were hit, which means the players are a little bit more fired up to hopefully play a little bit better, as they have their own highlight. And I need a break because this is scary, as the ball gets to Duranville and it hits the post again, and it's another post. 7 minutes in, 3 posts. Guys, what's going on? Nothing, no one's controlling the play. It's just being ping pong affair, as Brandt finds someone in the box. Hopefully Deans can get to it. He doesn't, as Ademi plays it out. There's lots of space on the right for him. Sule finds Brandt, who's not being marked. Barco or someone needs to cover for him. Tim gets to it. Tim has been having this guy in his pocket the whole of last season, and it shows now as Duranville finds himself on the left-hand side this time. They're changing some stuff. He's going to easily blow past our wing-backs and our center-backs, and he's going to take a shot, and thankfully Hudikov is there. And I'm going to make one quick change. I think Milovanovic is going to have to cut in a little bit more. We'll switch him with Barrios, and I think I'm going to go, not there, because why the hell would I go there? I'm going to go a bit more wider, stop working to the box, go a bit more direct, and probably put to overlap. We need to spread out play a little bit more, because so far nothing is happening. I'm going to pass into space, and hopefully that will create a little bit more interesting stuff here. We need to use our wingers. We need to use our pace, because for now, nothing is happening. We've made some changes here. As you can see, we're kind of playing low, which is not good. Maybe we need to start focusing more on just launching the ball forward, because they're controlling the play up here. We are parking the bus quite significantly, despite the fact that I don't really want to. We're not playing well. So that's my thought process here. And we've kind of talked our way into another highlight. I was going to say we're going to need to make some subs. Can we stop them from scoring? As Brandt lines up a corner, Find Sule, who bolt just goes out, and I'm gonna make some more subs here as our players are not doing good. So we're gonna put Esteval on the right-hand side, who can cut in from his left. Popovic is gonna come off for Rivieros, who's actually had a decent last few games for us. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to probably take off Barco for Antic, because Barco is not doing good. I'm gonna set Antic to a defending wingback. Hopefully that can help cement some place. And with that in mind, I'm actually going to make another sub and put Villagra on instead. I'm using my 5 subs all in a row. I know I usually don't want to, but we're not playing at all. And I do need to kind of wake the boys up, and we do need to win control, because as you can see, Khudikov is where the ball is at, which is not the best thing for us right now. Can we hold on to a draw at this rate? I'll be happy with a draw, because the way we played today is not good at all. What is going to happen? It's 4 minutes in. The game is running away from us. Will we be happy with the draw? I'm not sure, but I guess we have to be, because it's 90 plus 4, 0-0. We've been completely outplayed. They've completely outdominated us on the left-hand side, and they played quite significantly. Well, I want to say better than us. I mean, I guess it's an improvement. We finished the episode with 4 points in the Champions League, and we lost points against Borussia Dortmund. So I'm not really pissed off there. We could have come away with just 2, but, 4 is good enough. And Khudikov gets man of the match. But where does this leave us in the group stage? Well, to be fair, it leaves us in a comfortable position. We have 10 points now, and we have some good teams left to play, which we should be beating, apart from the fact that there's a City game there somewhere, and this broke the thing. Amazing. We have a City game to play. Then we also have Rangers and Ludogorets. So we have 9 points left to play for, which is absolutely wild. So if we get anything against City, that would be good. And then Rangers and Ludogorets will be nice. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to play TSC and I'm going to play Manchester City. We're going to play 2 blue and white teams all in one game, which is exciting. So you get 2 games still. And then obviously we're going to roll into the transfer window. And in terms of that, we don't really need to do much. I think we have some good players already. It's just that we need to do a little bit better, because this was not good. Not really happy with this performance today. Oh yeah, and by the way, forgot to mention, we played Spartak, won 8-2. Lots of goals everywhere, as you can see. Vivieros with a double, Villagra, Tim, Esteval with a double, Martinelli and Jankovic. And sadly, Stojcevic with a double. We missed the boy. And Tekstelac 2-0 with Antic on the score sheet from a penalty, and Matija Popovic. Right, we are currently doing good in the Champions League. As I said, we're in the top bracket. We need to win at least 2 more games, and then we can actually skip the next stage, which will be absolutely awesome. And with that, I will leave you on this beautiful page, he says, because he realizes that we can find out how long Muinata is injured for. He's out for 10 days to 3 weeks, which is not ideal. Will he be back for the City game? Probably not. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Smash the like button if you did. Smash the like button if you believe that we can actually get further and actually make it the, in the top 8 this time, because we usually, have to go through playoffs. If you believe in that, tell me in the comments as well. We believe. And I'll see you guys in the next game, where we take on TSC and Manchester City. And they have Haaland. That's gonna suck. Bye, guys.